Hey guys, this is OddOneGaming. This is going to be another Raid Shadow Legends video. So I'm back after the wedding weekend, and you know what? What's the best way to come back than with a video that actually is a one-key Nightmare Hydra using no KRISK. I know that I am using still some of the top tier Hydra champions and have decent gear, but at the end of the day, you know what? I really wanted to show my team, and honestly I just tested it out randomly like a few weeks back to see if it actually works, and it did. And this is the team that you see in the background that I just did the key myself, and it's using Duchess, Nekmothar, Soulless, Geomancer, Ugo and Royal Guard. So this team is actually a team that is full auto, and what I want to show you about this one is this is the team on manual. This is what I can do with this team on manual. This was my personal best, to be fair, but I could easily do 80-90 million on manual on Nightmare Hydra. Look at the time over there, 46 minutes. However, look at the possibility of this team. You know what? We all know that, okay, yeah, KRISK is really good, combinations, Duchess is really good and all that, but you know what? If I could do it without a KRISK and show that, what are the other possibilities? There's other ways and ways to still do it, and I think I might start to try and testing more and more and see what more I can tweak alongside this team. At the end of the day, when people are trying to do a one-key Nightmare, you know, that's full auto on Hydra, which is, you know, end game content, people expect a little bit too easy, like, oh, why is it not so easy? It's supposed to be the hardest thing to beat in the game. So, you know, if you're one of those that say like, oh, why can I not do it? It's the hardest thing to beat in the game. If we're and people might say like, oh, but I need a Duchess, or I need a KRISK, or I need a Nekmothar. Yes, you do need certain champions, but if you think about it, every area of the game requires certain champions. If you think about regular clan boss, you know, the Demon Lord, you need the Manitars, Demetras, Valkyries, Helicast. You know, there's different key champions that can be used for the sake of that. When we're talking about speed running dungeons, you have the Poison Explosion comps, you have the Seer comps, you have the Ruel comps, which I've shown myself. So everything in the game, every area of the game, yes, has certain specific champions that you need to use, and that's, you know, it's kind of normal. But the more testing we do, the more we find solutions for the sake of this one. So I'm not sure, I mean, there might be out there I haven't seen personally, but I'm quite sure there's some other teams out there that are full auto without using KRISK. But I wanted to show that, you know, yes, I do still have Duchess, Lilith, which is a top tier legendary, Soulless, again, a top tier one, Nekmothar, again, top tier Legos, but I wanted to show that it can still be done. So basically, this was me doing it on auto. Then this was the key that I did last week, 39.01 million, 14 minutes, you know, that's pretty awesome. You don't really care, just put it, click it, run away. The only thing that I do for, like, for example, this team, because Soulless is not the best provoker, like if you had maybe a Coronar with somebody else in the taunting might be a better like a better champion to use, or maybe somebody like a Bivolt. But you know, the only thing is the DK. So what I do is I just make Soulless open with the A2, click the head of DK, and we're good to go. Then this was the one that I did on semi-auto. Semi-auto means I just clicked start, and you know, while I was doing my stuff, I just randomly clicked some of the heads, you know. Oh, it was what's it called? It was DK, click the DK first. Oh, then DK is dead, I click Mischief. After Mischief is dead, or like, I don't know, somebody gets eaten, I click the one that ate my champion, and look, I did 59.28. So this one looks pretty consistent, and this one looks like it's gonna work on every single affinity. And basically this was the first try I did this week on Nightmare. You know, I have some decent damage, 7.2 million from Nekmothar because of his Brimstone, because of the Relentless. Soulless 5.3 million, nothing too crazy. Geomancer 13 million, Ugo 1.8, and Royal Guard 14.4. Again, 16 minutes and 41 seconds. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this result. I'm not going to do it again. You know, I know it's just the beginning of the week, Hydra just reset, but I'm not going to change this team because it works for me. I'm making a video for it, so for the sake of this week, this is going to be my team. For next week, I'm going to try something else. So let me keep the result, and let me just show you the presets that I had for these champions, and then I'm going to play the run for you. So let's jump in there. Let me have a look. So see, I have them set up with Nightmare, Brutal, and then some other teams. presets are as follows. So for Duchess, nothing. Honestly, for the sake of Duchess, I should just prioritize her revive first, and then this one, because so many times she does a revive when she should, and does A2 instead, and you know, it can help us. Nekmothar, he does the right things when he has to. Solus, the only thing I did is I made him open with the A2 and click on the head of DK, so he comes back to this one by having increased speed and decreased speed from Nekmothar. So open with A2, click, and that's about it. Geomancer, honestly, I just disabled his A2, because so many, like, it can be helpful if you have buff stolen, but so many times he can do it the wrong way. You'd rather get the A1, the AoE A1, and get that extra damage from the War Masters going there, plus the chance of landing the decreased accuracy, and come back to his HP burn faster and faster. Ugo, nothing in there. Royal Guard, I just locked his A3 because I have no reflex. I don't want him to use the A3 at all. I only want him to use the A2 as often as possible. And by having reflex, if he doesn't have any other skill on cooldown, this is the only one that keeps resetting and resetting and resetting. So these are the presets. So now I'm going to play the run for you guys that I just recorded earlier. I'm going to make it like 2-3 times speed so you see how it goes. So you can see that I just click DK first and then everything is full auto. And then we're going to come back and we're going to have a look at the build. So enjoy, guys. Okay, and we're back, so let's have a look at the builds and the masteries. So, neck Mothar, obviously one thing I want to mention, everybody that I'm showing is fully booked or booked till the point where we care about. For example, neck Mothar don't care about the A1, but everybody is booked, just in case some people are wondering about that. So, my neck Mothar has the Brimstone Blessing, which you saw did some pretty decent damage in there when it procced. And I have him in a Relentless plus Perception, and look at this, I don't even have these pieces of gear maxed out. Like, I could even max these out and, you know, give him some extra survivability. I can even maybe swap and give him some, what's it called, some of the refresh accessories. This one's not even perfectly tuned yet. It has some, you know, I have some decent gear on him. So I have him for 243 speed, 400 accuracy, 250 resist. I gave him some resist for the sake of, you know, if there's decreased accuracy landed by Geomancer, there is a chance that he will resist some of the poisons that provokes, you know, the other debuffs. And then after that, I don't care about damage for him. I only care about his survivability stats, HP and defense. Most of his damage is gonna come from the War Masters and the Brimstone. These are the Masteries that I went for him. Obviously, I want Lasting Gifts and Master Hexer because he puts up lots of, not lots, but one buff and lots of debuffs. So these are the best ones. Same rapid response and arcane celerity. If you have somebody that has lots of buffs and debuffs, having these ones that give you turn meter are perfect for Hydra because you want to use them as often as possible. Whereas these will not be good for the sake of Demon Lord. Keep that in mind. Then we have Solus, again, another Relentless. I normally used Reflex before on him, but I noticed that I did not have good enough Reflex, so I was like, you know what, let me just use Relentless. Why not? Throw that RNG in there. I have him 234 speed, 350 accuracy. This one could be a bit higher, you know, but at the end of the day, you mostly care about his accuracy to be able to provoke the Head of DK. If you don't land the other debuffs, like removing the buffs or extending the debuffs on his A3, then it is what it is. You mostly care about him doing provoke, and at the same time I try to give him a little bit of damage. You know, he has pretty low HP, but good defense and decent crit damage. So, you know, it's not the craziest gear in the world. It's pretty decent, but not the craziest. Then these are the messages that I have on him. I took him down the offense and defense tree. I didn't change this because support tree doesn't really help him that much as he only has provoke, so there's nothing that can help him extend, have a higher chance or whatever on the support tree. So I was like, you know what, might as well take him the defense tree, take the blast proof, take delay death to make him survive more. And obviously the War Master, the proc for the sake of extra damage at the end. Keep in mind that, for example, if you cannot hit some of the builds that I'm showing here, you can always not take the War Master. For example, for Nekmothar, you might not be able to hit that high accuracy. Just take him down the Eagle Eye, and keep the, you know, keep the speed. You definitely want them to be as fast as possible, you know, like over 220, 230 speed, because otherwise, you know, they're gonna go first and you cannot land your buff and debuffs. Duchess Lily 2, these are her masteries, and I basically have my Duchess, which is in my arena build. So she's not even specialized for the sake of this, and she still works wonder. As you can see, she's in Swift Parry with refresh, 250 speed, and then survivability stats. No resist, no accuracy. I didn't touch her at all. This is the same Duchess I've been using for the last I don't know how many months. But this is what I'm using. Again, like I said, booked and all that. She works in the arena build, so I'm not going to complain about that. Geomancer is the Geomancer that I have a little bit overkill accuracy for the sake of the Iron Twins, but now that they fixed it, I could rebuild my Geo and try and get him faster, because now I don't need 520 accuracy plus the 80 leads from Mithrala for the sake of Iron Twins. I only need him to be at 400 accuracy, so I could give him more speed, I could maybe give him 100% crit rate or more HP and defense. But he's in a reflex because, you know, we keep using this. Since it's on a 3-turn cooldown, with a reflex, he's gonna come back to it so often with the increased speed as well, that he's gonna have, like, most of the time you're gonna have HP burn on most of the heads, or at least if not all of the heads, at least half. So this is the one that I use. Again, fully booked. Masteries that I have on him, same thing, like I said, War Master, and then down the support tree. I took the Cycle of Magic for an extra chance to try and, you know, get that HP burn back. And, you know, if you have refresh accessories for everyone in the Hydra teams, the more refresh accessories that you have that bring the good stats as well, use them all, the better, you know, the more the better. Then we have Ugo again in another reflex set, no damage, decent speed, good accuracy, again 400 plus accuracy that you need for the sake of debuffing all of them, 250 resist, again like I said, in case you land a decreased accuracy to try and resist some more of the other debuffs, and survivability, especially HP. You want to give Ugo as much HP as possible, because Ugo's A3 heal depends on her own HP. Keep that in mind. The more HP she has, the better she heals. So she doesn't heal based off the champions that she heals as HP, but herself. And these are the masteries. Again, War Master for the sake of extra damage. And then the support tree. I went a little bit tricky, as you see here, but I wanted to grab, you know, a little bit of that healing that can actually help. You know, that 15% if the heals are high enough, because we have the fears, we have the true fears, you know. We're gonna drop maybe under 40% HP, so that can actually help. You don't really care about Evil Eye or Lord of Steel, might help you a bit, but you know, if you can do this, do it the way that I took it. I wanted Sniper for the A1, and obviously Master Hexer for her decreased defense and block buffs. And then the last one is Royal Guard, which again in another reflex set, 231 speed, I don't really care about the accuracy, again, gave a little bit of resistance, 100% crit rate, 257 crit damage, and some HP and some attack. I put HP percent chest on him, I think, yep, HP percent chest on him, for the sake of trying to keeping him a little bit alive. So yeah, this is the team, guys. This is the team that I used. I know it's, like I said, I know it still has 3 top tier legendaries, but like I said, I want to show a team that can do full auto Nightmare Hydra without KRISK. And you know, I want to give people ideas and possibilities, because more and more people are trying to tackle Hydra because of, you know, they're trying to give us more rewards in there, so it forces us to do it. So basically, this is my team. But yeah, this is gonna be it for the video today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Please consider subscribing and liking this video if you enjoyed it, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Peace, love, take care everyone. Bye, guys.